Dear students and working accountants, welcome to my Smart Tally Prime YouTube channel. My name is Babura from Hyderabad, and in this Tally Prime series, in this today's video, we are going to learn about the compound entries. What is meant by compound entries and how the transactions are recorded as compound entries. So, first of all, I will let you know what is meant by compound entries. So any day, on any day, so if there are some transactions which are same in nature, that is similar nature of transactions as well as on the same date, if there are some transactions, we will record them in different, we will record them in separate vouchers. Instead of recording them in separate vouchers, we can record them in one voucher. In such a case, such vouchers are called compound entries. Such entries are called compound entries because we are recording more than one transaction in one entry. That is why it's called compound entry. We will share the screen. So today our topic is what is the compound entry and how to record transactions through compound entries in accounting vouchers in Tally Prime. Okay, that is our topic today. And we will take up this. First of all, we will open the Tally. We will select this one, company. So here, actually, when you open the Tally Prime, so we will go to the select company page because we are not making any setting to load a particular default company. That is why it is going to select company page. And from the select company page, you select the company. And if you enter that, then we will come to that company will load in Gateway of Tally. From this Gateway of Tally, we will enter into the company, we will do the work. So now we will start vouchers. Click voucher in the Gateway of Tally. So we will get the voucher creation scheme. Now, so we'll take up a transaction. For example, we'll take up one transaction, how to record the transactions. In this case, already I will let you clear. So in this case, first of all, the receipt voucher, payment voucher, contra voucher, and journal. So in these four only, we can enter the compound entries. In other cases, because these cases, we can enter, we can record the transaction in double entry mode as well as in single entry mode also in these four. And in these three only, but the last one, journal entries, that is journal voucher, we can record only in the double entry mode with the debit and credit. There is no single entry mode in journal voucher. It is nothing but the journal which we learned in the beginning in the fundamentals of accounting. That journal is divided into 8 vouchers in this Tally Prime, and the last one in the vouchers is the journal voucher. So it is same as the journal. That is why it is regarded as debit and credit, and it is called double entry mode only. But only the receipts, payments, and contra vouchers only we can use them in single entry mode as well as in double entry mode to record the transaction. To record the single transactions, individual transactions, or compound entries also. Okay. Now we will learn now how to record the compound entries. That is more than one transactions in one entry. How can we record in the secondary, double entry mode as well as in the single entry mode? In some cases, we cannot record them in the double entry mode or single entry mode. That is in these vouchers. So these are to be recorded in the journal voucher. So first of all, we will take up example problems. First, now see here. First, on 2nd April, received 3 checks. One HDFC Bank check from ABC Traders for 5,000. ICICI Bank check from Rishi Electronics for 3,000. And from Indian Bank check from Ramki Enterprises. for 12,000 rupees. So we received 3 checks and all the 3 checks are deposited in State Bank of India. See, whenever you receive cash, we keep the cash with us. Whenever you receive a check, that check will be deposited in our bank account. So our bank is State Bank of India, because we may have many banks also, but these checks are, all these checks are deposited in State Bank of India. So now here you see, what is the nature of these transactions? All the 3 transactions, the nature is same. On the same date, that is on 2nd April, we received 3 checks. All the 3 checks we received. So the nature is receipt. So receipt of the transaction, that is checks. Now we have to record this in receipt voucher. So first you go to the voucher creation screen. Then you select receipt means F6. Select F6. You select F6 receipt voucher. Then we take the date. Date is 2nd April. So F224 we can type, or we can type 24 there itself. So we selected the voucher, selected the date. Now we will record this in this case. First we will use this in double entry mode. See here, change mode, go to double entry mode. So double entry mode means we have to record in the mode of like debit credit. You remember, we know how to record the transaction, receipt voucher, payment voucher, contra voucher, journal, all this we know. So here, in the case of receipts and as well as payments vouchers, in the case of receipt voucher, what you record is, receipt means we are receiving money, either cash or through bank. When you are receiving the money, the first entry in this will be, see here, below the particular columns only, we will record both debit and credit. Okay, so in single entry method, one entry will be made, one account will be entered after the particular column, one account will be entered above the particular column, that is under single entry method. Single entry mode. Here, this receipts voucher starts with, receipt means we are receiving from where we received, from whom we received, why you received. That is credit. From where? From X we received. Is the giver. His account is to be created. It will be started with from whom we received. Here. From whom we received here. From whom we received, then what we received. So from whom we received, first of all, we received from 3 persons. So first of all, we will take up one person, ABC traders. ABC traders. ABC traders you select. And in this case, how much you received? 5,000 rupees. 5,000 rupees we received. And then second one, it is actually after debit credit, or then it will show debit. But here, there are more credits here. So we have to take C. Type C here. It will take credit. And in this credit, second credit, second check is received from Rishi Electronics. Rishi Electronics. If there is no account is there, if there is no account, then we have to press Alt C. See here, we have to press Alt C and create the account, or in the ledger accounts, list of ledger accounts on the top, we can find create. So you click that one also, you can create the ledger, or here by clicking Alt C also, we can create the ledger. So then it will show, the window will be ledger creation secondary. Okay. So secondary, this Rishi Electronics, we received check for 3,000 rupees. Details we will give later. 3,000 rupees. And then again credit. Another one more is there. Credit. Where is that? What is that? Ramki Enterprises. So we received from Ramki Enterprises also. Received for 12,000 rupees. Okay. All these checks are received. And after that, these checks are, all the checks are deposited in State Bank of India. And the credits, if we receive cash from them, all this will be credited and debit will be cash. But here we receive check. So we receive check means we'll deposit in bank. So where you deposited? We deposited in State Bank of India. So State Bank of India automatically came here, and the total amount 20,000 is here. Okay. Now, up to now it's okay. But now, in all these cases, we have to give the check details. So the check details, now it will ask you the check details. Now here you see, now it is asking, that is bank allocation. Whenever you enter bank, in the entry, it will ask bank allocation. So in the bank allocation, what is the ledger name? First name is ABC Traders. We received check. So check we received. And what is the amount we received? It is showing the total amount. but here it is the total of 3 persons. So we have to take the individual amounts, 5,000 rupees. 5,000 rupees is the amount, and instrument number 123321. Okay, date is 2nd April, and bank. So the check, what is the bank issued? The check bank, that is the check issued by the ABC traders. Which bank check they issued? HDFC Bank. We have to enter here, but here on the right side, the list will come because this is education mode. List is not coming. So we have to press, that is space bar on the right side, list of banks. In that you specify the bank, HDFC Bank. Okay. And the second one, next it is going to the second one. And the second one is Rishi Electronics. So here it is by default, it is in this column. Press back button. So then you have to select Rishi Electronics, and check is default by check. And what is the amount? 3,000 rupees. 3,000 rupees. Then instrument number is 223324. Okay. Check date is same. And bank. What is the bank? Here, Rishi Electronics issued ICICI Bank. So here again, space bar, specify the bank name, ICICI Bank. Okay. Then the third one, again, the third is Ramki Enterprises. Space bar, back space. Then Ramki Enterprises. Ramki Enterprises. Check is default, and 12,000 rupees the balance amount. And instrument number 330033. Date is same, and bank name is Indian Bank. Here also space bar, specify bank, Indian Bank. So that's, and here being checks received from so and so, so we can type all the names from 3 persons are ABC Traders, Rishi Electronics, and Ramki Enterprises. We can type and save. So like this, we have to enter the transaction for the compound entry. But here in the receipt voucher, we entered this compound entry in double entry mode. The same how to enter in single entry mode. So we will select single entry mode. In the single entry mode, it will be different. Double entry mode, how it started with, from where you received, and then what you received, from where or from whom you received, and then what you received. That is check, that is received through bank. But here in this single entry mode, first of all, we start with what you received, then from whom we received. So what we received here, what you received, cash or check. If it is cash, so the date is same. You will come here, it is here in the account column, that is above the portals column. We have to enter what you received. We received cash or checks. We received checks and entered in State Bank of India. We have to select, and you can see here also spacebar if you click. So we will know the bank names and cash. If you receive cash, we have to select cash. If you receive checks, we will deposit in our bank. In State Bank of India, we deposited. So State Bank of India, that means this receipt voucher always starts with debit. In the double entry mode, receipt voucher starts with credit. From whom we received, giver, credit. Here what you received, cash or check. So checks are cash, so debit. So State Bank of India debit. And here we have to enter all the 3 names. One is ABC Traders, 5,000 rupees. Next one is Rishi Enterprises, 3,000 rupees. Then Ramki Enterprises, 12,000 rupees. The total amount will be shown here. So this is the total amount of State Bank of India. These are the details for the total. Okay. Not here again now. Now it will ask you the. Now it will ask. Sorry. After this, it coming to the total, it will come back and it will ask you the details. That is bank allocation. It's the same thing. First ABC Traders, that is 5,000 rupees. Then come to check 123321. Date is same. Then HDFC. Here specify the bank. HDFC Bank. Okay. Next second one. Come back. Rishi Enterprises. Rishi Electronics. Check. And amount is 3,000. Then come to bank. What is the next check number? check number is 223334. Okay. Then bank is ICICI Bank. So it's not there. So select the bank, ICICI Bank. Okay. Then last one is come here, Ramki Enterprises. Check default 12,000, generally 330033, and bank name is Indian Bank. So it's not there. Again, here select the specify the bank, Indian Bank. Indian Bank, and here being checks received, the same, what you call the same narration we can write. See here, so we entered in both the modes, double entry mode, single entry mode. Single entry mode, double entry mode, it will start with from whom we received. So all the parties, then State Bank of India deposit in State Bank of India. In the single entry mode, what you received checks and deposited in bank. So we start with our bank, and then below the particulars, we will put all the details of the parties which paid money to us. So this is the first one. Second one, 1/5. Next one is 1st May is the date, and here paid office rent for April 5,000, salary to employee for April 8,000. So we made two payments. In this case, the salary and rent, these are the two expenses, and both are paid on the same date, and one is salary, another one is rent. Two amounts are paid. In both the cases, we paid cash. So cash is paid for two expenses. So here, where you have to enter? We have to enter in the payments voucher. So select payment voucher. In the payment voucher, again here also, we will select double entry mode. So in this double entry mode, so when you are making payment, what you have to do? Whom you paid or why you paid. We paid towards expenses, isn't it? So see, in the double entry mode, received, from where you received or why you received. Payments, whom you paid or why you paid. We paid towards expenses. So rent, first of all, you have to pay rent. Rent, 1 minute, higher classification it is asking. We should not give the classification, is not there. So here, this previously I enabled this, make it no. Okay. So here, paid rent, what is the amount paid? Rent is 5,000 rupees. Here, and next one, if you click, it will go to the next again debit, because it will come as credit, but we have to, there is one more expense. Again, we have to debit there. Okay. So before this, we can do one thing. After entering the amount, we can write narration for individual expenses. So if you want to write the narration, here you see, go to more details, then here again show more. Here you will get ledger narration. The previous one is before that. Here, this is voucher narration. That is narration at the end of the voucher, but it's not required now. We require for each ledger. So for ledger or voucher, not voucher narration. We require payment, rent, 5,000 rupees. Then instead there itself we have to do this. Voucher, more, ledger narration. So being rent paid for April 22. That's all over. Next again debit. We paid salaries. Salaries again we paid 8,000 rupees. So 8,000 rupees. Here also more details. Go to show more. You keep on book and write. You note down all the important points. Again ledger narration, being salary paid for April 22. So 2 over. Next one is automatically showing credit, because 2 debits over. Now we require credit only, credit. And here why you paid, now what you paid? You paid cash or through bank? You paid cash. So to cash 12,000, 11, 13,000 by default. Here after this, here we can write total combined in a narration also, because already we entered there, not required here. Again, you can enter also, being rent and salaries paid, and save the account. But here, already at the time of that rent and for individual expenses, for individual items, we entered narration. How we want to see how you can see the narration. Here, you go to see here, Alt G, go to button. Here you can see ledger vouchers. Click that and then select rent. We paid rent now. So select rent first. Select rent. Select rent. It is showing now. Here you click F12 configuration. See, first one, show narration. Yes. So select save this. So automatically see here. Being rent paid for May. See here, there is in the rent, in the ledger, there is only one entry. So it is showing the narration. Suppose if there are 4 or 5 entries, if you enter this, all the narrations for all the entries will be shown. So here is okay. And another one is salaries we paid. So if you take salaries, see here, for salaries, there are lot of items are there, salaries, for salaries. So we paid on, when we paid on 1st May. These are all entries made. So in the 1st May, if you take salary, it is coming. You need not enter that, select that. Now go to F12. You select yes. See here, narration is shown for all the entries. For all the entries, narrations are shown. That is, the narrations entered there. Like this, we can enter for the individual amounts as well as in the, that is for the ledger, that is each ledger. And at the end of the ledger, that is voucher, for the whole voucher also, we can give the narration. Okay, so now we entered in the double entry mode. The same thing we enter in the single entry mode also. In the single entry mode, it will be a little different. See here, payment, whom you paid, why you paid, rent, salaries, then what you paid cash. But in this case, in the case of single entry, what you paid, paid by cash or by check. So that we have to enter here. First we paid cash, we paid cash, then why you paid. See here, rent account 5,000 rupees. Here also, in this case also, here, if you want, you can go for more details, then show more, then ledger narration, you can get rent paid. Being rent paid, you can enter. Then one salaries account, again 8,000 rupees. These also, you can go more details, show more, ledger narration, salary paid for April, like this. And that's all. Cash is written up on the top. So here, this is the total. This is the total for the cash. Cash paid total 13. These are the details. This is cash is going out, credit, and these expenses are debited. So like this. Here, again, here you can give the combined narration, being rent and salaries paid, or you need not give also because already given. So like this, in the single entry mode or the last double entry mode, we entered. Okay, next one. Next, on 31st May, Ashok, that is the owner of the company, proprietor, brought into business further cash of 2 lakhs because it is further cash already. It is a running business. So already it has capital. Again, additionally, he brought further cash of 2 lakhs and also furniture for office worth 40,000. He brought cash and furniture also. In this case, when he brought cash into the business, so we have to enter it in the receipt voucher. But the furniture, where we have to enter? We cannot, it is not received, it is not cash. So we cannot enter in the receipt voucher. Furniture, it is not purchased. It is not purchased and it is not goods. So this cannot be entered in any purchase voucher or anything. That is why this furniture he brought into the business, it is to be recorded in journal voucher. Proprietor bringing business into the business, any asset or goods, or withdrawing any goods or assets, they will be entered in the journal voucher only. So here, this is to be entered in the receipt voucher, and this is furniture is to be entered in the journal voucher. So two definitely we can use simple entries. But if you want to enter a compound entry for this, in that case, we have to enter in the journal only because the receipt voucher you cannot enter. So the other alternative is journal voucher. So in the journal. So remember, in the journal, you can enter only in the double entry mode, no single entry mode. So now we have to go here. We have to select F7 journal in the debit and credit mode. In the journal, the date is 31st May. So 31st May, we have to select here debit and credit just like the fundamentals. So here, what is coming into the business? Cash is coming into the business and furniture is coming into the business. Furniture is an asset. So we have to enter in the name of the asset only. If it is goods, we have to enter into purchase or sales. Okay. So here, we are getting cash. See here, actually, see here, when you are entering in the journal, all the cash and bank will be entered in the receipt voucher or payment voucher or contra voucher, isn't it? In the journal voucher, the cash or bank will not come. Cash or bank will not come in the journal. Other than receiving receipt voucher, payment voucher, contra voucher, and purchase voucher, sales voucher, debit note voucher, credit note voucher, and all the transactions cannot be entered in all those, any of the other vouchers only can be entered in the journal voucher. So when you are entering into the journal, it is not displaying cash, isn't it? But we have to enter the cash also along with furniture. So in this case, cash and furniture, we have to debit. That is why it is not shown. So if you type cash, then it will, sorry, it's not showing. So what you have to do is click show more. If you click show more, then cash will be displayed. All the accounts will be displayed. Show more means then all the accounts will be displayed. Now we have to select cash. How much he brought into cash? 2 lakhs he brought into business. And next one is, again it is to be debited. He bought furniture also. Furniture we have to write. Furniture is 40,000. 2 lakh 40,000. And when he brought into the business, his account is to be credited in the name of capital. So here, being cash and furniture brought into business as capital. Additional capital you can write. So like this, you can add. This can be entered only in the, see here, in the case of journal, I told you, only in the double entry mode, debit and credit, no single entry mode. That is why change mode is disabled. It is not enabled here. You see, Control H, change mode. You try Control H, it will not work. So it is not working. So only double entry mode only we can enter in the journal. Okay. Wow. Next one. So in the first one is receipt voucher, second one is payment voucher, the third one is we entered in the journal, and the next one also again. Next 1/7/22, 1/7, 1st July. 1st July, I can take it as 1st June, sorry. We'll take it as 1st June. We'll take it as 1st June. So 1st June, what he said, he Ashok brought into business the first one is 1st June, opened new bank accounts, 2 bank accounts he opened. When the bank account is opened means we will pay cash into the bank and we will open the account. So it is to be entered in the, contra voucher. It is to be entered in the contra voucher. So now I have to take F4 contra voucher. In this contra voucher, I told you single entry mode or double entry mode. In the case of single entry mode, this cannot be entered because, see, in this contra voucher, when withdrawal is made from the bank, withdrawals are made when the cash is withdrawn from bank. So on the first, on the upper part, account column, we have to enter cash, and below the particulars, we have to enter the bank account. So cash account we are receiving, we are debit. It always, this contra voucher always starts with debit. So when you receive withdraw cash from bank, so cash account will be debited. So you will not show debit and credit, but debit is to be shown as cash. That is account name, you have to write as cash. When you withdraw, when you deposit in the bank, then account is taken as, when your bank we are paying means bank is receiving, bank is to be debited. So debit only entry here. So cash received when withdraw. When you make payment into the bank, then we have to take the bank name here. We have to take the bank name. Here, when you withdraw, you can easily, even if you withdraw from many banks on the same day, you can enter in the single entry mode for withdrawal of bank, cash account on the upper side, in the below the particulars, we can write all the bank names. But we are here, we are paying into the bank cash to open the accounts. In that case, here we have to write the name of the bank. There are more than one bank. We cannot write in the account column. We can write any one entry. So here, we cannot write both the entries. So single entry, we cannot enter. Single entry mode, we cannot enter. So we can take double entry mode. In the double entry mode, it is easy. In the double entry mode, whom we are paying? We are paying to Canara Bank and Canara Bank and Union Bank. So here, so instead of writing on the upper side, in the down, below the particulars, it is to be entered a credit to be entered. Paying to the bank, bank is the receiver, sorry, bank is receiver. And then credit means we are paying cash into the bank. So we have to take cash here, see, contra voucher, cash will be shown. So debit, credit, cash, how much you are paying? 1 lakh. 1 lakh you are paying into the bank. And debit, which bank you are paying? We are paying to Union Bank of India. First one, Union Bank of India, how much? 50,000. Then here, in this case of cash, checks received are paid into bank. Checks means all the details of the checks are to be given. That is bank allocation page. In the case of cash, the bank allocation page, it will show transaction type as cash and it will ask the denomination of cash. In the case of checks, it will ask the details of the bank, check number, etc., instrument number. In the case of check, it will ask you the denomination. So we deposited, how much you deposited? 50,000. So we'll take at 500 into 100, 50,000 we deposited into that. So bank name is not required because we are paying cash into our bank. That is, we open account means that is our account. So we need not write that. And then next one is, second one is Canara Bank. So we'll take Canara Bank, 50,000. Here also, it will ask you the denomination. Again, it will also here enter 100. So 50, bank name is not required. So being cash deposited, accounts are opened, new accounts are opened in Union Bank and Canara Bank. That's all. So like this. So in this contra voucher, when you are making deposit in more than 2 banks, we cannot enter the single entry mode. We have to enter in the double entry mode only. Okay. Or we can do one thing. Just like this, here also, you can enter in the journal also, but contra entry is better. Okay. Next, 2nd July. 2nd July. We are taking the 2nd July. What is the transaction? Ashok has withdrawn for personal use 5,000 rupees in cash and Sony TV, 20 inches TV costing 20,000. See, you must be careful here. Here is bringing into business. Cash and furniture is asset, is bringing into business. So asset means we will write the asset name. But here he has taken cash for personal use as well as Sony TV. Sony TV means it is not an asset. If he is taking old furniture, we will write furniture account. But Sony TV is our goods, inventory. The goods with which we are purchased and sold. It is called goods. It is entered when we purchased it. It is entered in the purchase voucher. That is why here, when the proprietor withdraws cash, it will be debited to, it is called as, when he is bringing to business, it is called capital. When he is taking from the business, it is called as drawings account. So we have to enter it in the drawings account. And Sony TV is withdrawing. That is also to be entered in the drawings account. But for cash account is credited because it is cash is going out. Payment voucher will write generally. But in the case of goods, which account is to be credited? Drawings account is debited. Which account is to be credited? It is not cash. We cannot cash. And it is not goods. It is goods. But the goods is not coming in. So it is to be credited to purchase account. Because when you purchase goods and sell the goods, this is taken by the proprietor, means balance goods only we will sell. That is, it is to be reduced from the purchases. Drawings made by the proprietor from the goods which is in the business. Then it is to be reduced from the purchases. That is why this Sony TV is to be credited to purchases. So here, one is payment entry. That is in the payment voucher, this one. And this one purchase entry, drawings account debit to purchase account. So in this case, two different. So if you want to make compound entry, this is also to be entered in the journal. So we will take journal F7. F7 will take date 2nd June. Here debit. What is debit here? Who is taking? What is the debit here? Proprietor is taking. So proprietor account is to be debited. It is debited as drawings account. It is debited as drawings account. What is the total amount is withdrawing? 25,000. Sorry. He is drawing 25,000 rupees total and credit. What is the amount he is drawing? Cash he is drawing. So in this case, okay, cash is drawing. So cash is drawing because in this case, cash will not appear. Here also we cannot show more, then cash will appear. In the cash, how much cash? 5,000 rupees cash. And the other one is, he is taking TV. So we have to enter in the purchase account. Here you see one thing. When you are writing the purchase account, see, the purchase account is related to the inventory. So he is taking the goods from the business. So it is the inventory details, the inventory allocation. For cash, bank allocation, cash and check. For inventory, the inventory allocation is to be shown because that will change the stock. When you purchase items, Sony TV, so we'll have stock. If one TV is taken by him, that will be reduced. That is why here we have to give the stock of the stock item, Sony TV 20 inches. No, Sony TV 20 inches and number 1. And what is the amount? 20,000 rupees. 20,000 rupees we have to enter. Okay, like this, we have to enter this amount in this. So at the end, purchase account is to be credited. Drawings account is entered for the whole year. At the end of the year, the drawings account will be transferred to capital account, reduced from the capital. That is why drawings account is always opened under capital account, under the group of capital account. It is to be reduced from capital. So capital group is the account for drawings account. For purchases, already we have purchases. And the purchases here we are crediting because it is the going out. So in the purchase register, purchase voucher, we enter only goods purchased coming into the business. Here it is going out, it is credited. Okay, it is not entered in the purchase book, purchase voucher. Here it is entered in the journal. So being cash and Sony TV withdrawn by owner, withdrawn for personal purpose. That is the entry. That is the what is the narration you have to write. Understand? So with this is called the compound entry. So receipts and payments we can enter in the general double entry mode or single entry mode. But in the case of contra entry, when you are withdrawing money, we can write contra entry, compound entry. When you are depositing into bank, more than one bank, then you cannot enter in the single entry mode. We have to enter in the double entry mode. And in the case of two different items, one is cash and asset, cash and goods, like this, withdrawal or brought into business. In that case, we have to enter in the journal voucher. For asset, we can write the asset name, old or new, that is coming or going out. But in the case of goods, when he is coming purchasing, we'll write in the purchase register, purchase voucher. When the owner is taking out, then in the journal we have to credit the purchase account, and there we have to give the name of the stock item, the numbers, quantity, rate, everything we have to give, because that will affect the stock of the items. That is affect the stock items. That's why I have to give the details. Okay, so this is this. With this, so we completed the nature of the method of recording the transactions. The method of recording the transactions. Now, our next this is not required. Okay, this is also over. So with this, we completed the complete recording. So till now, we have learned the total matter totally about the recording. How you have to record, in all the cases, that is single entry, double entry, then the compound entries and receipt voucher, payment voucher, contra voucher, journal voucher, purchase voucher, sales voucher, purchase returns, debit note, credit note, everything you have learned. And next topic is a very interesting topic. And next topic we will proceed in the next class. That is, we are recording these transactions in different vouchers, whether compound entry or simple entry. All these vouchers we are recording, and if you want to see the transactions, we have to go to each transactions. We have to check up all the transactions. They will be in different vouchers or different books, isn't it? But if you want to see all the transactions of any particular day, all the transactions at one place, what we will do? So for that, we use one option called day book. So that in the day book, we can, that is to be learned in 2 days, in 2 parts, because there are a lot of things to be learned. It is a very interesting book. So that book we will take up in the next lecture, next class. Meanwhile, many people are not subscribing the channel, just simply they are watching the TV videos and they are going off. They are not subscribing. Please subscribe the channel and click the bell icon and select all, so that you will get notification for all the videos which I upload. And just you share this channel with all your friends. And when you are watching the videos, you please watch the total video till the end and like it, and you post your comment about the video. Okay, don't forget. Okay, so learn these videos in the same order in which I am uploading. So in that case, you will get a good knowledge, you will get an expert knowledge, and you will become an expert accountant. Don't be a data entry operator. You must be an accountant, perfect accountant and expert accountant. Wish you all the best. And with this, we stop. Good night. Bye. Okay.